You know, in some ways, success in this new world, this brave new world, is going to require a form of schizophrenia. It's sort of a form of, two sides of your brain arguing with each other, but in a constructive way. The schizophrenia is on the one side being creative and inventing these new experiences, inverting your business, inventing these new offerings that change the customer's perception of the world and of you. And there's a hacker mentality that goes with that, and you want to try them out. But then you also need a slightly more, on the one hand, aggressive, but on the other hand, conservative mentality, not in holding the idea back, but in building laying the brickwork and building the infrastructure to do it right. Thinking through the risks. And this can be done, as it's been shown by many of the large companies. A Tesla car has not been hijacked by cyber hackers, but a Jeep Wrangler has, right? So it can be done. It's got to be done in a very careful way. So it's sort of this interesting thing I'm saying. I'm saying there is a journey that you're going to have to take, folks. But don't just go in any direction. You're going to be walking a little bit along a cliff, and you need to walk carefully. And you need people to help you walk along the cliff carefully, because you could just wander off. So it's that schizophrenia and managing it is going to be the challenge for companies going forward. In many ways, what I'm talking about is a convergence of some concepts that have been out there in the ether. One is, what business are you really in? The second is design thinking. It's the user experience. It's UX thinking. It is thinking through all the eventualities that the user is going to face. It's really sort of anthropologically making this a user-centric world. This is what our consumer base today is more and more used to. An experience that is magical. Steve Jobs said that. Others have said that. And so, as a professor of engineering, in some ways what I'm also saying is that this sort of thinking requires a very human perception of the world, where the engineering wraps around the human as opposed to the other way around. And that's another reason that we call this inversion. So now that we've written the book, The Inversion Factor, How to Thrive in the IoT Economy, what I take away from it is, it's sort of funny, when we wrote it, it's already a few months since, but how many of the things we talked about, more and more examples are sort of appearing in the news on an almost daily basis. An internet lock, an internet this, an IoT connected that, an intelligent object that helps your life in this other way. And I am convinced that this business of focusing on the experience is going to become central to pretty much every company. And I think that I'm hoping that this is what users will see and take away from it as a new lens to look at the world around.